I'm about to spend the next 24 hours right here on this tropical beach, this isolated, deserted, polluted tropical beach. I have no food, I have no water, but I do have my backpack with me. However, I only have a knife and some very limited supplies. No food, no water. Stay tuned until the end of the video to find out what really happens when you go camping with pretty much just a knife and nothing else. There's a lot of tension on the line. That could be really good. Ow! I can hear the alarm. Oh, what's this? I think these are coconut crabs. Keep pulling. Mosquitoes everywhere. My second coconut. The size of that one. It's huge. No fish. I think I've got fish. So I've been walking up and down this beach now for the last 15 minutes, and I'm not sure if I've chosen the right beach to do this challenge on because it's really difficult to find anything to eat. The tide is currently going out, so hopefully tonight I'll use my head torch and I'll go and find some food that we can hopefully cook up. In the meantime, what I'm looking for are things like this. Behind me, right there's a coconut tree, and I can see probably about 25 coconuts on it right now. But the problem with getting coconuts on a deserted beach like this is that the trees are so tall and there's no way to find any wood long enough to prod or to poke the coconuts out of the tree. So what I'm looking for are some of these brown coconuts that have been washed up, but the problem is, like this one right here, it's been eaten out by insects. And you can see there are lots of ants in it already. So that is obviously no good. I'm going to keep going and find, well, hopefully find something that is edible. No, that's got ants in it as well. One thing you always find on these sort of beaches is human man-made waste like this. Polystyrene, plastic packets, old coconuts that have been eaten out by insects, cans, more plastic, more plastic, more plastic, more plastic. It just goes on forever. There's so much rubbish or litter washed up. It's just disgusting how much stuff is floating out there in the oceans and just gets washed up onto the beaches. However, in a situation like this, it isn't all that bad because a lot of the materials can be used for something, whether it's the plastic bottles that can be used for collecting rain or turning salt water into fresh drinking water, or even again using plastic bottles to create a fishing trap, which is something we might well do tonight. We'll see how it goes, we'll see how hungry I get, and we'll see if we do actually catch anything. In the meantime, I'm going to continue my walk. I'm looking up and down, I'm looking at these coconut trees. Look how many coconuts are in that tree right there. And I'll tell you what, if one of those coconuts hit me on the head right now, that could well be game over for me. And there's another old coconut. There's a ring pull, some more plastic. Oh, there's a nice shell there. And there's a bottle that could be some sort of perfume bottle. More plastic. More plastic. Plastic, plastic. What's this? Some sort of engine oil, possibly? Some diesel engine oil. What else do we have? We've got some more plastic washed up, some tablets. Plastic. There is plastic everywhere. Oh, and look at this, some swamp-like environment right there. I don't think it'd be a good idea to camp right here next to that swamp because from experience I'll just get covered in mosquitoes. Just to let you know, it's 37 degrees. It's really, really hot. The sun's about to go down. Let me talk you through what I have in my pack. Right, so to begin with, I have something that I don't normally take to the islands, but I thought today I could well need it. That's why I've got a hammock. The hammock I'm going to set up between two trees. I'm not sure where, I'm going to continue walking, but that's the first thing, is a hammock. And the next thing in my bag is a fishing rod. A simple, small, travel, lightweight fishing rod. So hopefully, as the tide goes out, we'll be able to find a few crabs and use those as bait and catch the fish. Fingers crossed. I also have with me a tripod. This is going to hold my camera. And the last thing, I have this GoPro box. In here I have a battery like this, and I have a small torch which mounts to the top of the GoPro. And I've also got this. This is going to be really useful when it gets dark later on. More plastic, on the plastic bottle. What's that? That could be, is that bleach? Some toilet bleach? Can you hear that noise? I think they're called cicadas? Cicadas maybe? They're like those crickets, you get them over in Southeast Asia, and I think they rub their back legs together and they make that noise. Really, really loud at night time when you're trying to sleep. Check out this bamboo. Really thick bamboo. It's probably about 3, maybe 4 meters long, and it's covered in barnacles. And you can just see how this has been floating or drifting around the ocean for, I don't know, it could well have been for a few years, because I think these barnacles take quite a long time to grow to the size they're at. Look at the size of that one there. What am I going to do with this bamboo? To be honest with you, I have no plans, apart from if I can find a tree low enough to the ground with coconuts, then I can use it to push coconuts out of the tree, which will allow me to have something to drink and eat tonight. Fingers crossed we find one low enough to do exactly that. Nope, that's rotten. Look at that, perfect coconut shell. Well, half of one. More plastic, another old coconut. Don't think that's very good. Oh, what's this? A green, that is the problem. With these coconuts that do fall out of the trees naturally, if you don't get there quick enough, then this is exactly what you find. Hollowed out by insects. What should be a beautiful fresh coconut is just wasted. But from experience, if there's one of those, there might well be another one lying on the ground, because I don't really fancy climbing this tree. It's probably about 15 meters high, and there are just loads of coconuts in it. I can see about 3, 10, I see about 12, maybe 15 coconuts in it. And there's another coconut over there. But the problem is there's just no way of getting the coconut out of the tree unless I either climb it, cut it down, or get a long piece of wood to dislodge and poke it and push it out of the tree. Until then, I'm just gonna keep walking. And I've just seen a coconut on the ground behind this tree. Right, is it? Again, look. The problem is they're just eaten out by insects. Again, that one is no good. I'm starting to get thirsty and hungry. I'm sweating, I'm just dripping with sweat, and surely luck's gonna come my way very soon. I just have to keep looking on the ground or even for trees that are low enough to get a coconut from. And this one, it's probably rotten as well though. Oh no, that's actually, I think I've just found my first coconut, because there are no holes, there are no insects, it's not rotten, it's really heavy. I'm pretty convinced this is going to be filled with fresh drinking water or coconut water, and hopefully there'll be a little bit of coconut meat or flesh inside, which I can eat tonight. Ooh. Ooh. That one feels quite good. No, I can't hear any liquid inside it. There's only one way to find out. I'm gonna keep these two. I'm gonna take my knife and we're gonna keep moving. So it's about half an hour later and the sun has now gone down. It's getting very dark very quickly. In the meantime, what I've just done is I've set up my hammock. I've chosen my place very carefully where to set up my hammock, because the last thing you want to do is set up your hammock right beneath a coconut tree. However, these coconut trees on this beach, they're overhanging that way. So I've rigged it up to the base of 2 coconut trees or palm trees. So hopefully, if anything does fall, it won't land on me, it will land, well, on the beach and rather than on me. So this is my hammock. I've rigged it up to the palm tree and it's got a little mosquito net, which is great, because the last thing you want is to be woken up in the middle of the night covered in insect bites, whether it's red ants or mosquitoes or whatever else wants to try and climb up the tree and into your hammock. So yeah, a mosquito net on a hammock in a tropical environment like this is a must. Okay, so I've got to admit, I am actually really thirsty, and you probably can't see it, but this t-shirt is just drenched. It's wet all the way through. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open that green coconut because I need a drink and I need it now. Okay. So the best way to open a coconut is obviously with a knife. If you don't have a knife, you can do something like, well, you can get a stick, stick it into the ground, poke that onto it, drop it onto it, and then break it off. It's a long story and it takes quite a lot of effort. But the good thing is I have a knife, so I'm going to use my knife. So I've got the top of the coconut there. I'm going to just, first of all, just slice through that top just to reduce the thickness of it. And then I'm going to go into these sides and do quite a sharp, steep angle going all the way around it, almost like sharpening a pencil. So I just mentioned sharpening a pencil. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. All you have to do now is take off the top. Now we're seconds away from getting to that liquid. So I do 1, 2, 3. Oh. And there we have it. We just opened our first coconut on this overnight trip. You can just see all that liquid in it right there. Oh, that's so good. That's so good, and it's still so hot. It's humid, it's sticky, it's quite cloudy. I'm hoping it's not going to rain. The tide's going out. Hopefully we'll catch some bait for tonight. We'll do some fishing. We're going to see what happens. But I think it's going to be quite an eventful trip. So again, please stay tuned until the end of the video to find out what I really get up to. Oh, look at those dramatic skies behind me. I really hope it doesn't rain tonight. First coconut. Right, now what we want to do is we want to cut this open to get to the flesh, because that way I'm not going to go hungry over the next hour or two. I can just eat this. I can, look, if I don't catch anything, I can just go to sleep. But fingers crossed, we'll hopefully catch something tonight. So before I cut it open, I'm going to just take off a little slice right here. I'll show you why in a minute. Just like that. That is going to be our spoon. And now I'm just going to simply chop straight through this. Look at that. That pure white, gelatinous, young coconut flesh. Now, this spoon is going to act just as a spoon does by scooping out a good mouthful of this flesh, like that. Mmm, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Beautiful coconut. Mmm. So good. This is so good. Oh, get in there, get that last little bit out of this half. Mmm, that's so good. So now that I've eaten this, This, there's nothing I can do with this. There's nothing left in it. I'm just gonna give it to the insects, to the ants, to whoever wants to eat it, because there's probably a little bit of flesh left. So I'll give that to nature and it can finish off my meal. In the meantime, let's keep walking. Again, look, it's really dark. It's getting really dark now. I'm gonna keep walking to see if I can find any more coconuts. I'm gonna use my torch. I've got it in my pocket here. And I really hope there are one or two more that have fallen off the trees, because I have walked up and down this beach a few times now. I've spent a good hour and a half walking around, and I think it's gonna be almost impossible to get to a coconut up in the tree, because the trees are just too tall, and I can't find any bamboo that is long enough to cut down or to use in order to pull or poke or push the coconut out of the tree. So in that case, let's keep walking. Ah, a hermit crab. That could be really good. Ow! Oh! It actually bit me. It actually tried to bite me. Look, look. Whoa, whoa! No way. So there's actually quite a few of those walking up and down this beach. They seem to all come out at night time. So I think I'll wait till later and I'll just pick one up and use that as bait. Just found a crab. Oh, oh, oh. No, no, no. Missed it. No, another rotten one. Probably another rotten one. Actually, wait a minute. That's good, that's good. That's really good. I just found my second coconut, and it was right below this palm tree. There's about 3 of them up there. It looks like there's quite a few coconuts on them. Yes! Okay, so I think I'm just gonna save this coconut for later, because I've just had that one coconut about half an hour ago, and I really don't want to eat this and keep looking all night long. So I'm gonna save it until later when I really need it. Look, another spoon. Unless that was the same one as from earlier. I don't think it was. But another metal spoon. Really rusty. Oh, mosquitoes are everywhere. Oh. Look. What's this? This is some sort of washed up fishing float. I think it must be a marker for a lobster pot or some fishing net or something. Yeah. Again, nothing here. There's nothing I can use apart from maybe the rope. But to be honest with you, I can't see a use for the rope right now, because I don't need any rope. I just need to avoid the mosquitoes, try and find more coconuts, and then zip up in my hammock and go to sleep. Look at that feather. If anyone knows what sort of bird this has come from, please let me know, because I'd really like to know. That's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful feather. It's like a dark bluey purple with that little white spot on the very top. Please comment below if you know anything about birds, and especially if you can help me identify this. Southeast Asia, blue feather, white dot. Comment below. Right. Right, it's time to do a bit of fishing. I've got my fishing rod and my reel. These are great. these lightweight travel rods. They don't cost very much, but the great thing is you can pack them, they're lightweight, and when you do catch, it's very, very rewarding to catch a fish on something as small as this. Okay. So my plan is to use one of these hermit crabs to catch a fish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a can, a washed up can. I'm going to put a few of these stones in it, and then I'm going to tie it to the end of the rod. And it'll be maybe 15-20 meters away from where I'm going to be in the hammock, because there are that many mosquitoes right now. I need to just get in the hammock and wait for the bell to ring. Bell is going to be attached to the rod, and that is going to be the can I was just talking about, an empty can of Coke, beer, whatever I can find, with a few stones. That way, when the rod tip gets pulled down, the can's going to make a noise and I'll be able to hear it. I'll jump out of the hammock, I'll run down, strike the rod, hopefully end up with a huge fish that we can cook tonight or even tomorrow morning. But fishing doesn't always go to plan. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. So we can only try. In here I've got a few things, like I've got a couple of these weights, I've got a few lures which I might use tomorrow, and I also have this cork with several hooks in it. That is all I have in my fishing kit. So which hook should we use? I don't want to use anything too big because I don't think the fish are that big over here, so I'm going to use something about that big, and it has got a little barb right on the end. And here it is. This line goes up to the top of the fishing rod, and there's a running ledger. So this is a weight, it's just 3 runs on there until it hits that swivel. Now the swivel has another bit of line attached to it, which goes all the way down to the hook. Now, all I need is a bit of bait. Oh, there he is, big one there. In fact, I think it's just too big. I think it's just way too big for what I need. So I'm gonna look for a smaller one. Look, glass. This is the last thing you want to be stepping on. That's why I never really come to these beaches wearing, well, nothing, as in bare feet. I always make sure I have shoes. You don't want to be standing on this because you'll be in trouble. Look at that hermit crab. Look at that, he's got a broken shell. Again, he's a little bit too big. I just want something I can kill that's small enough just to fit on the hook. I don't want to get too big. I just need like this one. Look there. That one there, should I use that? Should I try that? You know what, I'm going to try that. Hermit crab for bait, let's try it. And just to make sure he's dead, I want to just cut him in half. There we are. There we are, there's our bait. Right, let's cast it into the water. Okay, so I've cast it out. Here's the rod tip. I've wedged it between a few rocks. All I need now is a little bite indicator or an alarm to hang off there. So I'm now going to walk back down the beach to see if I can find any cans which I can use as the bite alarm or the bite indicator. Whoa, I've just come across a whole army of hermit crabs. Or are they coconut crabs? I'm not too sure if they're coconut crabs or hermit crabs. There's one there, there's another one there. And you can see, this is where I was eating my coconut earlier. and they're just everywhere. Look at the size of that guy right there. He's huge, and look at the size of these ones. And look at some of the ants that have eaten a bit of the coconut that fell out when I was cutting it in half. Look, this guy's being attacked by a big black ant. Oh look, a perfume bottle. Ha! It's women's perfume. Smells like it. Smells like ladies. Oh, the amount of stuff washed up is unbelievable. Check these two out, they're fighting. I think these are coconut crabs, or if they're hermit crabs. I think they're coconut crabs. Let me know if you know what these are. Wow, look at that. Look at that one right there. That's an absolute beauty. Look, they're just finishing that coconut that I ate earlier. Now they're all trying to run away. Look at the size of it. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Whoa! Right, I can't seem to find that can. I'm sure earlier on when I was walking up and down the beach, I walked past a can. But because it's pitch black now and I've only got this little light, it's really, really difficult to work out where I was earlier on. Look at the size of that one. So I think I'm just going to use this bottle and a bit of rope, because now is when I need that rope that I picked up earlier, and also a few stones. So this is going to be my indicator for if and when a fish takes the bait and pulls on the line, making the rod tip go up and down, making this rattle. That is my indicator for when for if and when I get a bite. Actually, I think I'd rather use this. What is it? It's Ready Pink, whatever that is. Ready Pink. I think that'll be better with a few of these small stones in it, because it'll have a much better rattle. So I'll get a few of these stones, just small ones that'll make it rattle. That is the noise I'm listening out for. I'll just put a few more, maybe 2 or 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, where's that rope? So I've got my bottle, I've got my bit of rope. All I need to do now is attach it to the fishing rod. All I have to do now is wait. I've just rigged it up and I spent like 20 minutes going up and down the beach looking for those cans from earlier. Couldn't find them. What do I find right away? As soon as I walk away from the fishing rod, 2 cans. One there and one there. Oh look, another hermit crab. These things are just everywhere. I got a fish, there's a bite, there's a bite, I can hear the alarm, there's a fish, I got a fish, fish. Oh, got a fish, I think I've got a fish. Ah, no, he came off. Wait. Oh no, oh no. Okay, so I've got a fish on, but he's taking me into the rocks. Now all I need to do, oh, hold on. Oh, he's come out. Oh, no, he's back in. He's gone back into the rocks. There's no way to get him out. I'm gonna have to just either hold this, or I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna have to just keep pulling until he frees himself. Okay, the only thing I can do now is I'm gonna, is he free? No, I'm gonna walk backwards. I'm gonna walk towards the beach. I've got there's a lot of tension on the line. I'm hoping I can free it and pull it out of the snag, and I don't want it to snap. I don't want it to snap. Please don't snap, please don't snap. Ah, come on. Oh, it's heavy. It's moving slightly. Ah, it's cutting through my fingers. All right, ah. Oh, this is really awkward. My light on my camera is just duck. Oh. Lost it. Okay, I need to rig it up and do that all over again. So after what happened a minute ago, I've just rigged it up, I've cast it out, I've put a new bit of bait on, I've got my stones in my glass bottle, and now I'm just waiting for that to go down like that, and then that will indicate that I've got a fish on the end. I can't believe I just lost that last fish. It took about 45 minutes from casting it out. I did have a few knocks or a few rattles. When I went over to check, there was nothing that really followed up or produced. And I just left it out, and then suddenly it just went bang, 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 lifted it, struck, and then I thought, oh no, I've lost it, and then it pulled tight, it went into a rock, and I couldn't get it out, and I lost it. So I've rigged it up, now we just have to wait again. Oh, mosquitoes. So it's been about another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours since that last bite. I've been in the hammock, just been chilling out, listening to the waves. The tide is really coming in now, so I've had to move my rod further and further in, back towards the beach. And the thing is, I'm gonna have to just bring the rod in, and I'm so thirsty, so I'm tempted. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open my last coconut, drink the water, eat the flesh, and then go to bed. I'm gonna have to give up with the fishing tonight. My chance has been blown. I've got no chance anymore of getting a fish. I don't wanna leave it out overnight, because last time I did that, a fish took my rod and I just lost it completely. So I think it's gonna be coconut and then bed for me, and then I'll update you in the morning. Last one. Oh, so good. This is so good. I love fresh coconut. Woo! All right, I'm gonna scoop this meat out and then I'm going to bed. Look at that. That's my meal, my last meal for today. Well, that's it. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm in my hammock. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. There's an eagle. Anyway, I need a coconut. Oh. Yes. Yes. Oh, got a coconut. Oh, this is so hard. Good morning. Well, you know what? That was really lucky. I woke up. As I was packing away the hammock, I realised that I happened to be set up last night next to like a 6 or 7 or 8 metre length of bamboo. And that's exactly what I've used to get this coconut out of the tree. And it is such a good breakfast. This one's a really big coconut, so there could well be at least half a litre. There could be 3/4 of a litre, maybe a litre of liquid in this. But I can see in here, there's a nice thick layer of coconut meat. For example, this is the lid that I've chipped off. You can just see there, a lovely bit of coconut meat. Oh, lovely. This is a tropical beach breakfast, and a really good one too. So if you're wondering how I slept, well, it wasn't too bad. It was quite windy. There was a lot of lightning. I could see a lot of flashes in the sky, maybe 20-30 kilometers away. I was very lucky that it didn't rain, because it has rained for the last 2 nights. And as you can see, I wasn't really prepared for the rain. But today is a new day. It's overcast, a little bit of blue sky over there. I've got my beautiful breakfast right here, all this liquid. So today I'm gonna have a little stroll up and down the beach, see if there's anything else that I missed yesterday when I was walking around, because look, I just slept next to that huge bit of bamboo and I didn't realise at all, but last night I'm looking for coconuts. I was struggling to find coconuts. I managed to find 2 of those little coconuts, but look what I've just found today, 2 of these absolute beauties. Oh, I swear there's got to be a litre in this one. There's so much liquid, so much. So I keep finding these on the beach. They look some sort of nut. I don't know, it looks like an almond. Or, yeah, I think it looks like some sort of almond. I'm not sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crack it open and see what's inside it. Oh. What's that? What is that? I'm not going to eat it because I don't know what it is. Can't really smell anything. Oh. No, I'm not sure. But I do remember a few days ago I came across a tree and there was a shell on it. There was like a seed growing on it, and it looked very similar to this, but it had a really green shell. Like, well, obviously it was because it was growing from the tree. I looked it up and it turned out to be an Indian almond nut, or an Indian almond tree. So the question is this an Indian almond nut? I really don't know. Again, look, I'm not going to eat it because I don't know exactly what it is, and you don't just want to go picking things up and eating them. You need to know exactly what you're doing, what you're eating, and what everything is. But I have a feeling this could be an Indian almond nut. If you know what it is, please let me know. But shortly we'll go along the beach and I'll show you the Indian nut that I found the other day, because that is what I think this is. That was a lot of liquid. Woo! Fresh coconut. You know what? This makes up for not catching anything last night. And the great thing is I've got another one. Yeah! Right, I've had breakfast, I'm all packed up. I'm now gonna head down the beach, and what I wanna do is, I don't know, maybe about 40 minutes, maybe an hour's walk, get to the bottom of this beach, and I'm gonna follow it around, hopefully get to the other side where we should have nice clean sand with blue water, because right here, right now, it's a bit kind of mangrovey, but that's why I camped here last night, because where there's mangroves, there's life. Where there's life, there's food to eat. But as you saw last night, we didn't catch anything, so there's not really anything to go by. Yeah, real shame that we missed that fish last night. I caught the fish, it swam into the rocks, and then I felt it pulling, and then it got free, and then I lost it. Yeah, not very successful, but I'm really happy that I found the coconuts this morning. And in fact, I've just been to get another 2 coconuts out the tree, so I've actually just had 2 coconuts to eat, and I've got 2 I'm going to take with me. Well, I just got covered in ants to get that, but this is what I think is the Indian almond tree. So, in my head, I think when this dies, or when this falls off the tree and the green stuff dies and kind of turns brown, in my head, I'm pretty sure it turns to this. Do you think this is the same thing, and is this the same as what I opened earlier? Could this be an Indian almond tree? Please let me know. And I've just come across this. This is what I believe is called beach morning glory. I have read reports that you can eat these flowers, but I've also read that they can be a bit toxic. So, that good old saying, if in doubt, leave it out. Look at this, some sponge, natural sponge. It's pretty cool. Look at this. It's like a big piece of coral. God, it's heavy. Oh. Woo! Made it to the other side. Oh, I'm just dripping in sweat. I'm gonna go for a swim. It's too hot to keep walking, so I need to go for a swim right now. So that was a really good swim, well deserved. And now I'm just opening this coconut. This is quite an older coconut, it's quite dry. As in you can almost rip it open. But just for the example, I just wanted to kind of demonstrate. There you are. That is what you get when you go to the supermarket. That's the coconut, the round, hard, shelled coconut, and it just has this husk. Just like almost every other nut, it has a husk. Woo! I'm sweating again. Okay, let me finish opening this. I'm gonna drink it, and then. Oh, it's so hard to open a coconut. Oh. So what I'm gonna do is, I've just decided I'm gonna use all my energy to open this coconut to show you what a real coconut. Oh. Now you can see there's the coconut that you normally see in the shops. Oh. And there we have it. This is a heavy coconut filled with water. All right, time to crack it open. One there, one there, one there, and the last one like that. And then just go in with your knife, open it up. Look how thick that meat is inside it. So much meat. You'd be surprised at how much energy it takes to open up a coconut. Look how thick that layer of meat is compared to what we had yesterday. This is an older coconut. The older coconuts, they have a thicker layer of meat, but less water. However, the younger, the greener coconuts have more water and less meat. The meat that I'm talking about is the white bit, that's the flesh. Just like a bounty. Well folks, that is it. That is the end of the video. I just want to say thank you so much if you're still watching this 24-hour trip on the beach. I've had maybe 4 or 5 coconuts. I am actually pretty thirsty, pretty hungry still. So I'm gonna head back now. I'm gonna finish a little bit more coconut. But I just wanna say, again, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned and, you know, subscribe to the channel, hit the red button, because I've got lots more of these overnight tropical campouts coming up. So until the next one, goodbye.